Hello everybody and welcome back to the Coventry Collab. It's my turn in charge and we are halfway through January, interestingly enough. PulpSong had to go away and left us halfway through January, which is quite interesting. But yeah, here we go. We'll look at who's come in. He's brought in Mark McNulty, Scottish striker on loan from Sheffield United. Apologies for my voice, I'm a bit hoarse. Our first team, the team I actually play for, the mighty Sneed Park, our first team won the league last night, so we were celebrating quite heavily into the early hours of this morning. But yeah, this is who we've brought in, or PulpSong's brought in. Mark McNulty has joined. Looks interesting. I've had a little scout around and I think I've found a better striker that I'm trying to bring in, so I'll have to wait and see who that is. If we look at the schedule, our run has been unbeaten, so it's been pretty good actually. Peterborough we put to the sword in the last episode that I was here, and then PulpSong has beaten Bolting, Reading under-23s in the Checker Trade Mickey Mouse Trophy, and then a 1-1 draw with Chesterfield. And we're going to be playing Fleetwood, Port Vale and Northampton and getting through to the end of the January transfer window. So we'll start with a game of Fleetwood and we'll keep you up to date with any transfer news that happens during this period. Interestingly though, we have no money, so I can't imagine too much will be happening. Okay, so at home to Fleetwood, this is how we line up. Charles Cook is in goal. Rawson at right back. Wills, Turnbull and Haddies in the rest of the back four. Gadzev comes in. He better not get sent off. And I've extended his contract for another year, which is something that PulpSong really didn't want me to do. But yeah, fun times. Good communication between the management. Bigliama and Stevenson are in midfield. They've been really good this season. Charsley is right on the inside forward role. Jones is the winger on support, and Filovi starts up front as an advanced forward, something we're trying. Burge, Haynes, Rhodes, McNulty is on the bench. Foley, Lamires and Vernham. The youngster who we didn't know existed, and PulpSong has called him up and he's played one game. And he's also played, he got some goals. Yeah, 1 game, 1 goal in the cup. So hopefully he'll be alright. Let's see. Derby youngster. So let's see what happens. They line up like this. I don't really know any of their players. I don't know too much about the lower leagues of football. So let's crack on with it. And the game gets underway, and thank you very much for tuning in. If you're doing a save of Coventry, let me know in the comments how you're doing. And come and say hello as well. Why not? It's always good to see who's actually watching these videos. Get them to say hello in the comments and we'll go from there. But as you can see, we're still doing pretty well. We're still up in the playoffs in 6th place. We've got a 4-point gap above Bristol Rovers, who are below us. But we could go up to 2nd if we beat Fleetwood, which would be fantastic. But at the moment, not much is happening in this game. Harry Charsley's looking like he may have taken a little knock. Can't really get the striker involved. I'm thinking we might have to mix this up because we are not really in this game how I'd want us to be, but we are on the attack now with Jones on the left wing, beats his man, swings across and he's hit the bar. Their keeper massively misjudged that. And here we go again. Bigliama brings it forward, out to the left to Jones again. The guy that's just hit the bar, back to Stevenson, our playmaker. Up to Harries. Harries gets to the byline. Ball in. Charsley's there. Harry Charsley, the man I bought in on loan from Everton, makes it 1-0 to Coventry. So here we go, Stevenson, who is easily our best player at the club, pings it wide to Harry's, ball across, and it misses Filovi in the middle, but Charsley is there to half volley it in, and you've just got to applaud the manager for bringing in a player like that. Absolute class. But we get to half time, and enough of me bigging myself up in the transfer market. I'm going to tell the guys that we are playing pretty well. I'm happy so far, keep it up, and we're not going to change anything just yet because you know, we've had more possession. Fleetwood have had a few more chances, but we're winning 1-0, so why change anything that much? As the second half is underway and we've given it away from the kickoff, which is a bit annoying, but nothing ever happens. Filovi is not getting into this game at all, so it looks like McNulty will get his debut today. They've changed to a 4-4-2. I think I'm going to narrow up the formation and just make Jones an inside forward as well. And see what we can do here. We're already sitting fairly narrow. We'll drop the line back. We'll lower the tempo a little bit. Let's retain the possession. Don't need to pass it into space anymore. Yeah, we'll go for that. You know, we'll just slow it down. Try and keep the ball a little bit more. Get this possession stat up to around about 55-60% if we can, which is already creeping up that way. And we're doing all right. With 55 minutes gone, we're going to wait for an hour and then we'll change it up. And I thought Harry's was about to get sent off then, but he hasn't. But Dempsey has for Fleetwood Town, and a shocking act of violent conduct is what's happened. And they've changed to a 4-3-2, so they're still chasing the game. We're going to take Filovi off and bring on McNulty for his debut. Can he do anything else? Advanced forward or poacher? I think they play too high up for my formation, but if that's how they play, we'll go with that for the moment. And we'll carry this game on as we are against 10 men as Cole brings it forward. If that's Devante Cole, I know he gets quite good in Football Manager. Brannigan is there. Back to Wallace at left back. Ball across. Harry's with a good header. Ryan picks it up for Fleetwood. Brannigan. Just keep them at bay. Burns. Out to McLaughlin. Ball across. Charles Cook with an easy catch. Nothing to worry about. We're good to go. We are creeping up in the possession stats, which is good. As Charsley gets beaten in the air, but it falls to Stevenson. He's got a great overlap on from Rawson. Rawson, the right back, tries to put a cross in, but he's won a corner. And look at this. We're up to 3rd place now, which is wonderful stuff. If Bolton can concede a goal, that would also be pleasing because it would put us into 2nd. As Stevenson wins the header, McLaughlin is there, out to Burns. And we need to just stop them playing. Get in their faces. Get in their faces. Ryan to Brannigan to Burns. Fleetwood are controlling the game a little bit more now. Brannigan into McLaughlin. McLaughlin beats his man, gets a cross in, and it's Cole. And it is Devante Cole, son of Andy Cole, has put a goal in for Fleetwood. He scores goals. Devante Cole. That's being sung in the Fleetwood Town end of the terraces. And he's there, and he gets across his man, whoever that is, Wills, and has made it 1-1, which is quite annoying. So let's go back into this. We're going to push our line higher up. We're going to pass back into space. We're going to up the tempo. We'll be more expressive. Let's have a bit of independence from the players. Get them out there doing stuff. And we'll play that. Just let those changes happen, and then we'll look at bringing on some fresh legs. I think as soon as those changes are done, there they go. 5 minutes to go. Harry Charsley's. I don't want to take him off because his rating's quite good, but I am going to bring off. Am I? Yeah, we're going to try something new. Charles Vernon's going to sit in there, but he's going to be centre midfielder on attack. I know he can't play it, but he's an attacking player, and I think he'll be fine. Jody Jones isn't having the best of games either, so Ramirez can come on to replace him. We'll change these two. We've got an extra man, so let's chuck some more people forward. Ball winning. You can be a what do we want you as? Why don't you become a box to box? That's what we'll do. More people on attack. Throw some men forward at this. Still sticking on control because it's not a bad result really. 1-1 against Fleetwood. As the ball comes in, it comes to McNulty to Vernon on the edge, and there we go. Oh, he was in our reserves, but Charles Vernon on loan from Derby, play him as an attacking centre midfielder, and he pops up in a goal from a corner. McNulty gets an assist as well on his debut, and there it is. Vernon even puts it over to the goalkeeper's side where he was running, and that is 2-1 Coventry City, and we're back up to 3rd place. And this has been, well, quite a good game really. It's been a very good game for us, but generally in terms of entertainment, it's been a very good game as Burns comes forward into Devante Cole, tackled well by Rawson, and that will probably be the game as Harry Charsley brings it forward into Stevenson, up to Vernon out to Rawson. Can we get a third just to rub some salt in the wounds? It doesn't look like we're going to get one as Gadzev picks it up. That'll do, ref. We'll take the win. He does. He blows his whistle. It's 2-1 at the Rio Arena. Coventry 2, Fleetwood 1, and a very, very impressive victory. Well done to the lads. Up into 3rd with a game in hand as well, so we can close the gap to Peterborough to 4 points. We did it the hard way, playing against 10 men. Probably should have done better than that. But, yeah, absolutely superb. Brilliant stuff. Bit worrying that our left back only completed 33% of his tackles, but yeah, brilliant. So we're trying to buy Oliver Davies as a goalkeeper, and we can't bring him in because we've got a budget of £25 and we need to pay 2.6k as probably a signing on fee or something. So we'll delay it. I mean, I'm trying to bring in Oliver Davies because he's better than Charles Cook, but we'll just have to see how that goes. But anyway, we'll be back for the second game this episode, which I think will be Northampton, because I think that'll be the end of the transfer window. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do Northampton, and then I'm going to hand control back on the 1st of February, back to PulpSong, so he can play in the Checker Trade South quarter-final. Catch you guys for the Northampton game. Here we are then, back for the game against Northampton. The last one in January. Our last game in January, and then we'll do the end of the transfer window. Some news. Not very good news. Jody Jones looks like he's on his way. I've accepted a bid from Aston Villa. It's £1 million. It's £1 million plus a 40% sell-on fee of his next move. So, I mean, he's very, very good, and he's got a lot of potential, and he's been playing unbelievably well for us. But I don't want to step in his, don't want to get in his way of a big move. Aston Villa are a much bigger club than us, but I think we can replace him in the loan market. I really think we can do that. We've got rid of the guy who was on loan from Valencia, Charles Lassomme, whatever his name was. He's gone. He only played 4 times with us in 6 months, so no need to keep him around. He was a centre-back. We've got good numbers at centre-back to cover. And really, there's not that much else to discuss at the moment. We didn't get Ashley Fletcher. He decided to move to Rochdale because he's a bell end. And yeah, so he's joined Rochdale, who are 16th. In League One, and we're 2nd, and he didn't want to move to us, so that's very frustrating. Other than that, nothing really going on at the moment. Interesting to see, Big Liama is top of the average ratings, which is very good. He's also top of the assists. He's having a very good season for us, isn't he? There he is, the ex-Newcastle guy. Yeah, very nice indeed. But on to play Northampton we go. Okay, so this is how we line up to play Northampton. We are away, and we are playing the normal 4-1-2-2-1 formation. Charles Cook in goal. Foley comes in at right back to replace the other guy whose name I've forgotten because he's suspended. Wills is... oh, Rawson, that's his name. He's replaced Rawson. Good manager. I am technically a good manager, and I remember my players. Wills and Turnbull in the middle. Harries as left back. Gadzev comes back in at hold midfield. Bigliama and Stevenson sit in the midfield too. Charsley on the right. Ramirez on the left. And McNulty keeps his place up front because he got 2 goals in the last game where we drew 2-2 with Port Vale. So, you know, I gave myself credit for the Charsley transfer. I've got to give PulpSong credit for the McNulty transfer. He had a very good game in the last game. They line up in a 3-5-3... no, that's wrong. 5-3-2 formation is what I was trying to say. Which will be interesting. I don't come up against that too much in Football Manager. Neotanga, ex-Wales international. He's pretty decent at the back. So, yeah, it will be a good challenge for us. Some changes. You'll realise these guys have gone to inside forwards on attack straight off in this game. And Stevenson has now changed to a centre midfielder on support just to get a few more men forward and give us some more options in attack because Northampton Town aren't very good. And the game gets underway. Let's see if McNulty can again, you know, go with PulpSong's trust that he brought him in on loan. We'll see what happens. Obviously, if we sell Jody Jones as well before the transfer window, it does give us hopefully a little bit of money to play with, and we'll see what we can do with it. As Northampton Town come forward and Anderson brings it, it's a bit of a counter-attack. He's got round 2 people, ball in, and Beautyman has scored a beauty. Harry Beautyman has got his first goal of the season. Obviously, that happens against us. And it was a very good finish. And Anderson, yeah, brought it around, beat one. Centre-back came over to cover, he beat him as well, got to the byline, pulled it across on the half on a volley with a bit of a decameo. Beautyman sticks it in. So we're 1-0 down after 9 minutes, and after I said Northampton Town weren't very good. Puts us down to 4th in the playoffs, but I'm confident that we're going to score, and I'm confident we're going to get into this game as well. Although their annoying 5-3-2 formation does appear to be nullifying us completely, which is really annoying. Harries with a throw on the left-hand side. Gadzev back to Harries. Into McNulty. To Ramirez. To Stevenson. He turns. He gets through. Bigliama shoots. And it's a goal. Our standout player of the season so far gets his 4th goal of the season. And Stevenson did very well in the box there. Kept his composure. Lovely turn. Squared it to Bigliama. It took a touch. And then, wow, his shot took a slight deflection off the captain for Northampton Town, number 3. And yeah, it's 1-1. So we go back up to 3rd position. And we're into half-time. So I think we're right. Yeah, don't let the fans down. And passionately, there's a lot more to come from all of you. There is definitely a lot more to come from all of you. We should be really winning a game like this. Really winning a game like this. We're not going to change anything at the moment. Keep it as it is. And we're better than Northampton Town. They're down in 9th. We're up in 3rd. So I know we can do better. As Ramirez comes forward. This is from the kickoff as well. McNulty tackled well by Boateng. I think that's Hiram Boateng on loan from Crystal Palace, who's a very good player. But we're just about to start a highlight, but I am going to go into the tactics and just tell us to get a little bit stuck in and to be a bit more expressive. I'll tell you what, we're going to close them down as well. Let's get in their faces. You'll recognise, for those that follow my Maribor save, that there's a lot of similarities between the formations I use for Maribor and for this Coventry team. Players are quite similar in the fact there's quite a lot of pace and basically two centre midfielders are the best two players at the club, similar to Maribor, and that's how we roll. But here come Northampton Town again. It's a ball in and Beauty Man has got his second goal of the game, and I don't like him. I don't like him. I'm getting an irrational hatred of Harry Beauty Man. Maloney crosses in here, and again he just gets across his man. Who's that? Will's captain for the day as well. Oh, abysmal. Right, Mark Minotti is not having a good game. Tudguy's going to come on and play as a target man on support like we know he likes to. Oh, Harry Charsley is having a terrible game. So Vanam is going to be out there, and Lemieux isn't having the best game either. I've called up a youngster. He's not very good, Bilal Sayoud, but we didn't have any other wingers that I could have put on the bench. So he's going to come in and get his senior debut. So let's see how that works out for him, eh? So triple sub. Buchanan puts the ball in diamonds at the back post. It goes to Smith. Good save from Charles Cook. He's done very well there. And annoyingly, Fleetwood are winning 2-0 against Southend. As Buckman puts in the corner, it's gone all the way through. And Vernon picks it up and just gets it out and gets it away. We are hoping to counter-attack it. Gadsev to Stevenson. Out to Foley. Foley into Tudguy. Back to Foley. Ball across. Saudi's there, the youngster. Oh, he's headed it over. He's headed it over. His first involvement in senior football. I mean, his stats aren't very good, and he's not got that much potential. But he could have written himself into a bit of folklore there with 10 minutes to go. And we have been playing well. Possession, we've had the chances to score more goals. But it looks like we're going to end January on a loss, and we have. And fucking Beauty Man has been a twat. I'm gonna say you weren't good enough. Let's try and keep him motivated. Where is he? Beauty Man, there he is. I mean, he's pretty good. Where did he come from? He's never really played for any top teams, so yeah. Sorry, Leyton Orient fans, that could be a bit offensive to you, but yeah. Oh yeah, I've used loads of players. You can take care of that assistant. I can't be bothered. When's PulpSong when you need him, mate, to do a bloody interview? But we're gonna end. Well, we're gonna end January. Sitting in 4th place, which isn't too bad, pretty solidly in the playoffs, which is much better than we were expected to do. And we got through to the quarterfinals of the Checkatrade Trophy, the 4th round of the EFL Cup, and we got knocked out by Stevenage in the 2nd round of the FA Cup, but the less said about that, the better. So we're going to progress through, and if there's any transfer news, I'll let you know. We have a bit of transfer news. It is transfer deadline day, and we've cleared a loan move for Havrio Dirasun, left winger. Looks pretty good. Gonna be the replacement for Jody Jones, who I'm assuming will be moving to either Aston Villa or Norwich, because Norwich have come in for a bid as well. Offered 1 million. We're negotiating up to 1.3. It's just up to Jody Jones to see which one he wants to move for. And yeah, Kyle Reid, who is not very good, has asked to leave the club. So more than happy for him to go. There we go. So Jody Jones is moving to Norwich for £1.3 million, which is good for us. We'll get a little bit of money from that deal that can go into the well, Dagenham Redbirds have got 20% of it, so that's not helpful. Squad unhappy. I wish to talk about it. Several players for the squad is lacking depth. Okay, let's try and sort this out. There are a few members of discontent. Some of the lads feel the squad lacks depth in the attacking areas. We can do a few additions here. I'll be looking to delve into the transfer market before too long. That was very productive. Okay, let's go and buy someone then. So call it a panic buy, but Sean Wright-Phillips is joining Coventry. PulpSong is going to hate that. He's going to absolutely hate that deal. But yeah, Sean Wright-Phillips coming in. Decent mental stats. He'll be fine. He'll be good at our level. He'll be really good. He's in, yep. Well, the fans are happy, so there you go. More transfer news happening. Lee Evans, a 22-year-old central midfielder, is joining us from Wolves. I think he's going to be very good for us, actually. Very happy with this one. 70k as well. Really not that bad a deal, except he's in the van. And we're signing Benteke. Not the actual Benteke. We're signing his brother, Jonathan, another central midfielder, but I love central midfielders. Again, 70k, 69k overall. In the van, get him in. There's only 6 hours left. Let's see what else happened. Okay, so the transfer window has shut, and these are the big moves. Yassir Kassin from Swindon to Wolves. Jody Jones moved from us to Norwich, and Chris Basham moved from Sheffield United to Preston. We were the biggest spenders at 140k, and we're the most active, bringing in 5 players. So if we do a quick roundup, this is who we've brought in. Mark McNulty joined on loan from Sheffield United. Got off to a pretty decent start. He's got 2 goals in 3 league games, not bad. Javier Dillaruson has joined from Man City on loan, a left winger, good potential. Looks like he'll be a pretty decent impact player, which is good to see. Sean Wright Phillips, who is actually quite good. We'll see how he does. Let's just see. He's only on a short-term contract, so he's playing for an extension, really. Lee Evans, I think, is probably the best transfer of the January window. He has done very well. Well, he's hopefully going to do very well. I love the fact that he's got tries, killer balls often. Really good. He'll sit in there next to Ben Stevenson and Gael Bigliama, hopefully. And then Jonathan Benteke joined us from Crystal Palace. Really good potential ability for our squad. Stats look good. I think he's going to be a good attacking outlet. Can play in numerous positions, which is really good for our squad. And yeah, really happy with that. Jody Jones funded all. He's the man that made it all happen. 1.3 million he moved to Norwich. We'll see how he gets on. I'm going to add him onto the shortlist indefinitely so we can keep an eye on him. And who knows, he may well be back at Coventry at some point in the future. But we're going to leave it there. Obiang moved from West Ham to Man United for 21 million. That is insane. Miranda also moved to Man United for 16.5 million. And Chancellor and Mbemba moved to Chelsea for 33.5 million. And they say Football Manager is realistic. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. We are going to leave it there. And that's the end of this episode. So thank you very much for watching. Leave a like down below, or smash that like button if you've enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment down below saying hello so I can see who is tuning in to see this series. And remember to go and check out PulpSong's blog at themazydrivel.com. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Cheers.